What's going on, sports fans? It's your boy Josh Williams back again with another episode of The American Fan 365. I'm sitting here with my co-host, the beautiful, the incomparable Miss Front Row Rosine.
Well, hello and happy birthday.
Thank you.
38 years young.
You just gonna be throwing out all the information?
I meant 48. I was trying to give you some, help. But okay, I see no good deed goes unpunished. That's fine. It's fine. Never mind.
Oh my goodness. So first off, I'm in my, I've got my Holtby jersey on. This jersey will always represent a very, very nice time. This was the jersey that the Caps won the World Series, the Stanley Cup. I need breakfast. I've got cupcakes here on the table that Miss Rosine has brought in, but I might need to eat one before we
It's 11:11. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh well, thank you. That's always nice.
Yes,
That's good. That's good.
Oh, well, can you guess my theme today?
Well, I didn't, but let's see. What did you
George,
say? It is
George, can you guess my theme?
Oh man, I just met you like 5 minutes ago.
I'm very thematic, like based on my outfit. Can you?
Well, I'll give you a hint, George.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's based off of. So okay, remember she's from New York, New Jersey.
Okay.
And it's based off of the New York Football Giants. So go ahead and look at her again.
Well, and a rap group. It's a hybrid.
Oh well, I wasn't
I'm
giving them
so
too much.
lost. I was gonna say like Devil Wears Prada or something.
No, well, I mean that too. That's most of the time. Now, the theme today is Run NFC instead of Run DMC with the chain EC.
I get you. I get it now. I get it. Okay.
I'm here to entertain and keep you thinking.
So we're gonna talk about a little NFL today. We're gonna talk about obviously a little bit of NBA because we didn't get to NBA last time. And we are going to actually build our top all-time lineup. Not who's the best, but just like in terms of who we would want on our team from 1 through 5, and we're gonna do that first.
Oh.
So. George has said that he has a coin back there, so he's going to flip a coin. Miss Rowe is going to call it because it's ladies first.
It's your birthday, though. You can call it.
No. It's ladies first always. Even on my birthday. That's fine.
Okay, you ready to flip this coin?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Heads or tails?
I'll take tails.
Heads.
Ooh, so I get the first pick? I practiced this in the car.
See,
From North
I didn't even
Carolina, 6'6" at guard, Michael. Yeah, I got MJ. I'm sorry. We got to start there.
We're talking about basketball?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Come on. Because you have to always prove how much sports knowledge you have, so you can go back. You can start talking wilt.
See, and I just want to point out.
This woman is deep over here.
I just want to point out that I didn't even know what the segments were going to be. I literally walked into this 2.5 minutes ago. Josh has been thinking about this in the shower since last night.
Buzzsaw. Not even gonna lie.
All right, so you know what? I gotta just refresh my memory.
I've already so I already have my first, second, and third options in case Rose steals one. Because Jordan's off the board now. It's not you get.
I don't want Jordan. You can keep him and his mama. I don't want him. I don't want him. Oh, Kobe.
That's your first. That's your second pick.
That's my second pick.
Ooh, third pick. Dang it. If I go there, you're going to go there.
See, now you've been thinking about this for 24, 48 hours, and I just walked into this, and we're going to do it. We're going to get ugly. Let's go.
All right. So as much as I hate to say it, it's going to have to be LeBron at the 3.
I wanted you to say that so bad. I was waiting for you to say that.
And you're going Magic at point.
Magic Johnson.
I already knew if I went one way, you were gonna go the other way.
I mean, of course I would. After you thought about this for 48 hours too. Congrats.
I thought about this literally this morning. I was like, we need something.
This morning.
Okay, cool. All
you
right.
had it. It was like your house last night was probably that scene from A Beautiful Mind, the red string scene, all different scenarios. And now okay, go on. All right, yeah. So Magic Johnson.
All right, you have Magic. I've got Jordan and LeBron.
I got Kobe.
You have Kobe. That's right. You have Magic and Kobe. So it's a lot of Lakers right now. I'm gonna go. Oh man, this is all right. Now it's getting.
I'm not even gonna
interesting.
use my phone. Go ahead.
It's getting interesting now. Okay. I don't think you're gonna go there, so I'll go ahead and do that first. I'm gonna go with Hakeem at center. Hakeem Olajuwon. And you want me to tell you why I'm going with Hakeem? Because Wilt's sitting there, Shaq's sitting there, Kareem obviously is sitting there. I'm going with Hakeem simply because I want to get up and down. I want to play defense, but I also don't want to have a big man that has to demand the ball. If I go Wilt, that's a lot of ball dominant people. I got Jordan, I got LeBron, and Wilt. That's a lot of people.
I'm taking Kareem just because of how versatile he is.
Yes. No. Like I
At
said,
center, I'm taking Kareem.
yeah, that's perfect. That's not bad. You have 3 Lakers already over there. Ro is a Laker fan, true and true.
I am, but I am taking my fandom out of this because if this is my all-time glory list,
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter. I mean, I just don't like Michael Jordan. No, but it's not because of the Lakers. It's because to this
not a
day.
bad list.
And really quick, just side note with Kareem, I never understood why until after that HBO series Winning Time. For me, the debate was it was never LeBron Jordan. It was Jordan Kobe or Jordan Kareem.
Yeah.
But Kareem didn't come off very likable, and he wasn't necessarily a team player. And so whether that's true or whether that's not based off of what was depicted,
Yeah.
I would say that. But for me, the debate is still it's not LeBron, it's Jordan Kobe.
Look, for Kareem, for me, I love Kareem. As you said, in terms of winning time, I think the thing that always not necessarily hurts Kareem, but is that he played alongside Magic. So it kind of takes the shine off of both of them a little bit because they were so great together. They had James Worthy.
They had AC Green. They had
Byron Scott. They
oh my
had
God,
a lot.
James Worthy.
You guys had a lot. There's a lot. So,
I think James Worthy is one of the best all-time players ever, and I never
Legit.
I never felt like he really got his flowers.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not truthfully. Not really.
Right?
Not really. So it's my pick. So you got Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that worked exactly how I wanted it to.
Oh, yeah?
I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, there's a lot of dudes now. I'm gonna go with Timmy D, the big fundamental at the 4. I'm going with Tim Duncan at the 4.
I'm gonna go with Luka.
Luka at what position?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Putting him at the 3? I mean, you
putting-
can.
No, I'm not gonna put him at the 3.
It's not bad.
No, I'm gonna take that back. I like Luka, but not at 3.
Okay, because you already got your 1 and your 2 filled.
I'm well aware. Thank you. I'm keeping count. But- Do you want to write it down for me?
Hey, you know what I mean? Maybe one of these days, possibly.
You know who I'm gonna take at 3? Julius Irving.
Wow, Dr. J getting some love.
I'm gonna take Dr. J at 3.
That's not bad.
Oh, I know it's not bad. Don't placate me.
That's
incredible.
That's very good. It's very good. All right, so I guess this is my final pick is my 1. So I'm gonna go with, man. I'm actually you got Magic. Dang it.
I know who I'm taking next.
That's tough. That's really, really tough.
Okay, just to kind of give you a little more time to marinate, let me ask you this. Who's the greatest shooter of all time? In your mind?
Steph.
Yeah, right?
Steph. It's I mean, at this point, you can't take it away from him.
I think it's Steph hands down.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't take it away from him. But see, my only problem is if I go Steph, we got a defensive liability. Right now, I don't have any defensive liabilities at all, and also, but the thing is though, if you go Steph, now LeBron can be your essential point, and Steph is working off ball, off screens, getting threes. So that's kind of the rub for me. I'm gonna go CP3 and just be safe.
I hate you.
Sorry. I mean, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Look, he plays defense. He runs your team. I was going to go Stockton, but it's not a bad call. But I just think in terms of the size difference, it's going to start to lean a little bit.
Where's Larry Bird in this conversation?
I know, and that's upsetting too, because Larry is my second, and then third was KD as far as threes.
That's good.
I mean, I'm aware.
Give me those cupcakes back.
So all right. So I've got Chris Paul, Michael, LeBron, Tim Duncan, and Hakeem. That's my 5.
All right. So I've got Dr. J. I've got Kobe. I've got Magic. I'm gonna take Karl Malone.
Karl at the 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna take Karl.
That's look. My 4s were Tim, KG, Bill Russell, Karl, and quietly the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis is.
He's up there. Like when I was like really thinking about, it, I was like, dang, that's actually kind of a conversation.
You know who's a sleeper to me always? Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge.
Sleeper.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Ainge getting some love.
No, I mean, we got to take all fandom out of it, right? Because
that's hate. That's complete hate.
And well, if we're gonna talk hate, I mean Larry Bird too.
Yeah,
but I respect Larry Bird and I respect Danny Ainge. I cannot like you, but I can respect you. I don't like Jordan, but I respect the hell out of him. If you respect the sport, you can't not give them that. You don't have to like them, but you give them their respect, right?
Yeah. All right. And we get a bonus. We get a 6th man.
Allen Iverson.
Going Iverson.
I'm going with the answer.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna go with the answer to that question. That is Dennis Rodman. That's gonna be my 6th man. That's not bad. That's not.
Okay, let's get a 7th.
No, you can't go 7.
Just one more. Rogue. A very unanticipated play. I'm taking Bill Beer.
Just to muck it up.
Just to throw elbows in the throat and then argue with the refs. Why didn't touch him?
We all need that on our team, at least one. All right, so if you've been watching, please make sure you go ahead and say who you think's team would take down the other. I mean, both of those are some very, very dangerous teams. You can run your team different ways, so I love it. Next up, keeping it in the NBA, we've got LeBron James went down with an injury last night. Ro, you're a Laker fan.
See?
What do you think?
I think it's, oh God, this is such a loaded question for me. I don't think that we should have been in this predicament anyway.
What's the predicament?
I don't think that Rob Pelinka should have been there. I don't think Vogel should have been fired. I think Jeannie Buss needs to focus more on operations, and LeBron needs to not oversee personnel like he does, because that, if you think about it, he's done this with every team that he's been with.
Every single team, and no one ever will speak on that.
He's like, and I'm a LeBron James fan, okay? I'm not like the crazy ones, like Dan Marino crazy people. Or like Jordan crazy people.
Sure.
But I am a LeBron James fan, okay? And he belongs up on the basketball Rushmore. I will tell you, he's like a cuckoo bird. Every team that he leaves in absolute disarray. And, you know, Pelinka was Kobe's guy. He's James has been LeBron's guy. We've had a conversation about this. I personally don't think... if we're going to, because this goes back to last year for me. I don't think we should have brought on, I love Russell Westbrook, and I think that that's a whole nother thing, but I don't think you should have brought on Russ. I definitely don't. Why would you bring on Carmelo Anthony? I mean, as much as I like Carmelo, I looked at the team, and I just didn't understand the dynamics of it. And then you have AD, you have Anthony Davis.
Mr. Glass.
No. That was Derrick Rose. He was the incredible glass man.
Ooh, AD. Hey, look, Derrick Rose was in them bad Adidas. That was just a bad call from an agent standpoint.
He was in the sketches with the roller skates on the bottom, on the wheelies.
His agent is what ruined Derrick Rose's career. But no, Anthony Davis out here, like he got That boy needs to drink milk with magnesia. It's bad. His bones, he got some weak bones.
He doesn't have weak bones. He has weak teammates.
He got weak bone structure, bro.
that unibrow holds up strong, though.
That's strong as a mug.
It lifts his entire body up like wings. It's like, but I'm going to tell. So, no. I think Derrick Rose was much more fragile. In fact, when he went to the Knicks, I remember saying, who's going to help this guy onto the subway without him?
Dead.
No, but it's true.
Better watch him going down them steps. Them steps is treacherous in New York.
Because there's pee and rat shit. And I was like, it's going to be like the Three Stooges with the banana pee, like, bop, 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 bop.
I hate you so
I've done
much.
that. I've done that.
You have?
I have. Like, I've done those cartoon falls in the subway where you see your feet in front of you. And you're like,
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. No.
Oh, yeah. No, but I think, listen, yeah, he's fragile.
What is that? It's French. Or was it French or Italian? I can't remember. It's Italian.
Fragile.
These kids don't even understand where that joke comes from. That's a good one. That's a good one. I said that to myself the other day. So that's really funny that you said that.
My last name is Frangie, so
Yeah.
but occasionally, Fragile. I'm like, nice joke, but not even close. But okay. Listen, I think that this isn't an injury that was hurtful enough for LeBron. I've seen him power through more. I don't think he wants to. LeBron he's a competitor, and I understand it's very early in the season, but LeBron is also, and I'll say this openly as a fan, he's like the kid like in the neighborhood that the minute like he picks the game, he'll say, okay, I want to play dodgeball. Okay, fine. Everybody plays dodgeball. He's the first one to get like picked off. I don't want to play this anymore. I'm leaving.
And it's my ball, so I'm leaving. I'm going home.
Ball.
I'm going home.
All you can go play whatever. But I think LeBron James, mentally, I haven't seen him in it yet.
I didn't realize he's only averaging 24. Like, he's only averaging 24 points.
They lost 5 in a row before they won one.
Yeah.
They lost 5.
So in the next segment, they're 2-9 right now. 2-9. They've lost to the Clippers twice
They sound like
already.
the Commanders.
That's not funny. That was Bush and uncalled for, actually.
I love my shower.
Oh my God. But I have to get better at this. So be sure to make sure you like, share, subscribe, smash the like button. Follow us on the American Fan 365 on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Like, Lord, we're everywhere. So
Grinder. I'm kidding.
easy.
That's just Josh.
George in the back is like, what kind of show am I following right now? But
I heard George. He's giving Wink Martindale to such a big degree with the chain and the beard. If he had a mullet, I would be like, I'll give you $20 to bleach your hair.
I'd do it too.
I know you would.
anything for a bet. $20 is $20, bro.
Our favorite joke, like whenever maybe it's a backies thing. It's it's not appropriate. Oh, but you know what? We're not on Gorilla Cross.
No. We are not on Gorilla Cross. This is Row Uncensored.
It was. It's usually guys saying it, and they go, yeah, I went down on him, but I really needed a ride. Okay, I didn't need a ride.
Okay, I didn't need a ride.
I didn't really need a ride.
This choice was completely made of my own volition.
You opted in. Now you can't leave.
Oh my God. All right, so Rose, some slow starts.
Yeah.
And I said before you last time. So you're saying there's still a chance.
Saying there's a chance.
Up first, the Nets have actually started to pull it together over the last few days.
Yeah.
They're 5-7. We talked about it before we went on air. Jacques Vaughn has been now made full head coach. He's not interim anymore. They took the interim away. Do you think the Nets are going to be able to do anything even with all this swirling around?
I do. I think they're going to be competitive. If you look around the league right now, everybody, it's like, you know what it is? It's like when you have with football a shortened preseason and you see teams working at their kinks. I don't even pay attention fully, like every game alert I'm looking at and actually acknowledging until about a month and a half from now. Because right now there's going to be stuff changing. I think you're going to see more coaching changes. I think you're going to see.
Who do you think?
I think you're going to see problems with the Knicks.
Wow.
I think
You think Tibbs is done?
I think that he has a very, very small window.
The Knicks. I think my biggest issue with the Knicks, truthfully, and my guy over at Knicks Fan TV, CP the franchise, he said this. The Knicks, like for as much as Thibodeau is supposed to be a defensive-minded coach, their defense has been really what lets them down.
Their defense was like Capitol Police on January 6th. Are you kidding?
Let them all through. Everybody, come on through. Come on.
You with
Just
the Davy
don't break
Crockett
things.
hat, come in.
They're scaling the walls of MSG. It's yeah. So I mean, to your point, I would hate to see Tibbs leave because I think he works best with those young teams if he can reach them. Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler because Tom Thibodeau took him under his wing and allowed him to not only become a defensive dynamo, but then have the ability to go out there.
This is what I've realized with the Knicks. They'll get really good in one area. All of a sudden, you'll see the whole team step up and shoot. And then everybody's guarding really well. And everybody's on their best rebound game, even non-rebounders. You'll have point guards playing centers. You'll see, but it's only in one area. But then, like, when that one area shines, like when everybody's shooting, nobody's guarding.
There's springing leaks everywhere else.
But it's like remember that game like where you hit the
whack-a-mole.
The whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
That's my issue with Thibodeau, and I feel that's why he has a small window. He'll excel in a small area for a short amount of time until he has to whack that other mole, and then it's just not cohesive. That's what it is. The Knicks have the talent.
They have the talent. They have the talent enough to be a playoff team to compete. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yes. You don't think they have that? They have an all-star. They have an all-star in Julius Randle.
I think we're talking just roster. Forget coaching. Forget everything else.
Yeah.
I think the Nets run circles around the Knicks' talent.
Well, listen. The Nets also have two marquee talents now. Three technically with Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
if
but
Ben
the Knicks
Simmons wants to do anything.
The Knicks are a younger team. They're not as bitchy.
No,
they're not as injury prone. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I will tell you, are the Knicks talented? Yeah. Do they have a playoff potential? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. I just don't really. I can't see them dominating the East.
No. I didn't say that. That is not what I said.
All right. Let's just be very clear about this.
I said they have a playoff roster. Now that can mean you get beat in the first round. That can mean I don't know. We'll see. Up next, the Sixers. The Sixers, 5-6, but James Harden down and ruining my fantasy team probably for like another month or two. Like, yeesh.
James Harden is shaking the lemon pepper out of his beard as we speak.
He's been in Miami. He's down there with Rick Ross with lemon pepper on his wings.
He's with the big boss right now. They're sitting on a yacht with their titties out. They're brushing lemon pepper out of their beard. They have chicks with ankle monitors twerking it up and feeding them frozen grapes. They're living the best injury schminjury, all right? They don't.
Okay, first off, that was the most vivid picture. Not only did I see a boat, but then I see women.
You saw oily titties with taco meat. You did.
I see shades. I'm seeing girls twerking with ankle monitors on. What is going on in your mind?
They lean down occasionally to brush off the lemon pepper like everything. and like to give them wet naps. I know exactly what's happening right now.
Oh my God! All right, so the Sixers are in trouble. let's just keep it there. The Sixers are in trouble. All right, so the Warriors at 4-7, are they in trouble, Ro, or is this just kind of a blip on the radar?
No, I don't. Again, it's so early. Everybody's working at their kinks. What I see with them is they're relearning each other. I feel like they're relearning each other because the guarding isn't was nowhere near last year's at this time. But last year at this time they also had shooting problems. This is par for the course right now. I'm not taking unless you're the Lakers. Quite frankly, they
have roster problems.
They have everything.
Yeah, they have.
Problems.
That's true. That's fair.
Like everybody else right now, I'm like, it's the beginning of the season. They're working at their kinks, just like football teams do.
Yeah.
During preseason, in the first 2-3 games, they're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
And with me with NBA, I give it about a month until they kind of figure themselves out.
I mean, and that's fair. I think for me, it's always December. It's always Christmas Day games. The Christmas Day games usually are like the start of the season, but even then, some teams still kind of have to work their way into shape, like you said, all the way into January.
The only team I'm really concerned about at this point, I don't care about anybody else's record because everybody else I feel like would have a legitimate excuse. Maybe not the Nets. The Nets are fine though. I think they're positioned well. I'm very concerned about the Lakers. I think they are going to implode. And you know what? I want them to because it's going to force big changes.
Well, the one thing I will say too about the Lakers that does suck, Darvin Ham to have been an assistant coach probably about 10, almost 15 years. For this to be his shot, he got we talked about before we went on air, a black coach being given a marquee franchise. And, for him to be given a marquee franchise and for this to be the product that's being put on the floor, he's more than likely going to get fired.
I don't think he's been there long enough. This mess isn't on him. This is squarely on Mr. LeBron James.
Shoot, remember they fired Mike Brown's behind in like 2 weeks. Long enough don't matter with y'all. I don't like him. He's got to get the heck up out of here.
He's like a cuckoo bird. He destroys the nest and he'll go on to another one.
That's fair. And look, I ask every fan base moving forward, if he does decide to leave and doesn't decide to retire, just abort that mission. Do not do it.
It's last year. This made me laugh. He's like, yeah, I'd love a chance to play with Steph.
Yeah. Steph's like, nah, I'm cool. I'm all set.
Steph's face was giving, I'd rather have a colostomy bag. that I'm dragging around.
Oh my God.
He's like, that would, and this was his actual answer. It was something like, I'm sure that'd be a lot of, people's fantasy kind of lineup, but he dismissed it in the most polite way.
All right. Now, moving on to, I think this is who they are, and I think that they might be able to sustain this all year. Starting with the Bucks. The Bucks are 10-1 road. Do you take them serious as trying to get back to that championship and getting another finals appearance this year?
I say they're going to be in the finals.
Stamp it.
Yeah.
In November.
They're going to be in the finals.
Who do you think would even give them a solid run in the East?
Golden State.
No, in the East.
Oh, in the East. I would say. Ooh, hold on. I'd say the Celtics.
I love Ro. She's so good. Yeah, that's. I mean, I think the biggest thing with the Celtics is going to come down to, are they able to make adjustments? Because, they are still missing their head coach.
I'm still thinking about oily titties.
You on oily titties today, huh? That's what you got.
I'm thinking just on a boat.
It's my birthday. It is.
You want Ross and the Big Bosses all oiled up?
Oh my God! All right. Next up, the Cavs are 8-3.
Yeah.
Do you think the Cavs are serious because Darius Garland and Spider Mitchell are working together?
You know what? I think they're doing well now. What I've seen so far is they play well, but there's no chemistry for me.
Oh wow! You don't feel like they have chemistry yet?
No.
Okay.
I
all right.
don't. I think that they're going to be contenders.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go to the finals. There's just it feels very stiff to me. It doesn't feel
Doesn't
it
feel
feels
genuine yet?
Nah, it feels forced to me right now.
I know I can understand where you're coming from with that because in terms of Mitchell, I still feel like he was meant to be a Knick. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that's,
I
that's
agree
how
with
I
that
feel about
100%.
He was meant to be a New York Knick. He was meant to go home. So I mean, he's making the most of his situation. But I feel like I get it. I get what you're saying. Like it still feels just like the energy is like a bad week from falling apart type thing.
It feels like a very coworker situation. Like you guys work well together. You do an Excel spreadsheet really well together. But you can't wait to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it feels like for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 5. It's 5 o'clock. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Don't call me.
No, I will not have drinks with you.
Care. I don't care about your kid's birthday party. Don't invite me. I'm not going. Wait, really quick. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is going to happen with Kyrie? Do you think that after the 5-game suspension, A, do you think he's going back to the Nets? And 2, if he does go back to the Nets, do you think that they are going to gel?
It's okay. Well, I'll answer the second part first. I think the Nets are used to, well, the net coaches are used to this kind of Kyrie absence. Does that mean that they love it? No, nobody loves it because this is a big part of your team. Now, in terms of going back to the team, so to answer that, I don't think that'll be a problem. I think they'll be fine. But, I think every time that these kind of situations happen, it does kind of fray the locker room a little bit more and more. But I think that they'll still, look, like we talked about last time.
Yeah, but did you see what the requests were for
Yeah,
him?
yeah, oh yeah.
So do you think he's going back?
No.
Yeah,
no.
I don't think.
And like I said before, I feel like this is literally public castration.
I don't think if I were Kyrie, I would not go back because I think at this point, you know what it is? They're trying to shame him.
Yes, 1,000%.
I don't like that at all. They're trying to emasculate him and shame him. And
Ron Artest didn't have to do half of this when he jumped in the stands and choked the living life out of a fan.
I think they told Latrell Sprewell to take the afternoon off.
Yeah, basically Latrell choked PJ Carlissimo half to death. And this man doesn't say 2 words to nobody.
Like, why don't you cool off the rest of the day?
How about you just go to New York, be a Knick, and it'll be fine. Like, what?
If I were Kyrie, I'd say go take a walk.
Yeah. No, I hear you there. All right, moving to the West, the Utah Jazz. So the Cavs are I saw a meme. The Cavs are responsible for 2 of the best teams in the league right now because they traded half their team for Spider Mitchell.
Yep.
And then the team that the Jazz, they traded away their best player, but then they get all these pieces back. Now the Jazz are number 1 seed. Like, what is going on? It's a bizarre world.
It's gonna play out exactly like it did last season. They're gonna get to the last mile,
Like March, like February, March, and fall apart.
like clockwork.
As long as Larry Markkinen keeps playing well and doing well in my fantasy, I have no problems.
Well, listen, I mean, I'm not. God bless your fantasy. I'm just saying that.
I should have invited you.
Oh,
I
you didn't.
should've-
Oh, so I've
I
become the coworker with the Excel spreadsheet. Give me those motherfucking cupcakes back. They aren't yours.
No, it wasn't my fantasy team. It was when
draft?
I went home. I went home to Maryland. Some of my high school friends were like, "Oh yeah, you have to get in the fantasy," and so I was like, all right, whatever. So my
I didn't
team's
have
like
the
number 2.
emotional bandwidth to do any fantasy this year.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Basketball fantasy is weird. Like it's daily.
Oh my
but,
God.
like,
I
it's
used
not-
to
I
do
don't
baseball
know.
fantasy. I used to do basketball. I used to do football. And just football alone, I remember when I had to actually, I had to intervene on myself because I remember yelling at my son because I remember he was just like he was playing Roblox with his friends. And I remember just losing my shit because I'm like trying to pick, like we're doing reverse snake. I'm doing I do simulations, so I'm over here, the clock's running, and I'm like,
Oh, you mean in terms of the draft, like a simulated
like,
draft?
yeah.
Holy smokes, yeah.
I do every situation. I do every possible situation.
Yeah.
You know what? So I remember just like losing my shit, and then I'm going, what did I do? Okay, I'm in timeout. Mikey, here's 58 Robux.
Mikey, not right now.
Oh man, that poor kid. He doesn't come down on Sundays. He's like, Mommy, he goes, it's just the game, right? No, it's not just a fucking game, okay?
What is wrong with you, child?
No.
Oh my gosh. All right. So shifting gears, let's talk about some NFL. Up tonight, Thursday night football. It's the Falcons and the Panthers. Womp, 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 womp.
I'm so excited.
Are you? You and the players' parents. That's about as far as that goes, I think. I don't even think the fans are excited to see this one. Tonight, the Falcons are 4-5. The Panthers are a dumpster fire looking for a quarterback. Who you got? It's in Carolina, if that does anything for you.
I got the Falcons.
All right, Falcons. That's easy. It's the Falcons. Up next, Sunday. So,
ooh.
Yeah. So Sunday is my dad's birthday as well. So happy birthday to Dad.
2 Scorpios in one family?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
2 Scorpios.
Your poor mom.
Well, okay. Look. So I'm November 10th. My dad is November 13th. My brother Jerome is May 10th. My mom is May 13th.
So 2 Tauruses. And
2
then
Tauruses,
2
2 Scorpios, and then Johnny is a Pisces?
What's his birthday?
He's March 15th.
I'm a Pisces.
Okay. All right. So we have a Pisces as well.
You have I'm technically a sister now, so now you have 2 Pisces.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Up first, the Seahawks, the 6-3 Seahawks, travel back east to take on Tampa Bay, 4-5. Tom Brady. Who you got?
I think Seattle is going to stomp them.
Stomp them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give a little bit of analysis on this one. I think this is where Tampa Bay finally starts to turn their season. This win could get them to 500. They'd be 5-5, which would put them. Right now they're tied technically. I think with the Falcons at the top of the division. They need to start to actually play like they have some sense. This has to be the week. If it ain't this week, I don't know if it's going to happen for them this season.
I think if DK is fully healthy, and if people forget how when you have momentum and when you have a chip on your shoulder like Geno Smith does, I never ever in my life thought I would say this, but I really do feel bad for Tom Brady. I do.
What makes you feel bad for him?
He looks like a dejected human being. He looks sad. He's not himself. But, I think he'll be just fine being single in South Florida.
He killed his children's childhood to have one more ride.
Fuck them kids.
It was that one ride too many. He couldn't get off the roller coaster. He was like, one more time, Mom, and then you fell out. Like it's not good. It's not.
I think Seattle's gonna win by 2 scores.
Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. Up next, we've got the Minnesota Vikings and Captain Kirk Cousins taking on the Buffalo Bills, who took a bad loss to the Jets last week and might be out for some blood. Minnesota has won 6 in a row.
Is Josh healthy?
Oh, that is true. Josh Allen had an elbow flare-up last week, so I'm saying yes. Josh to Josh, I feel like he's going to be fine.
God, you know what? I'm going to say this is going to be, for me, the game of the week to watch because...
Really?
Yeah.
Girl.
Would you ever thought the Jets would have put the beating on Buffalo like they did?
No. That is fair. That is
the Vikings are 7-1, son.
I'm going to tell you that my Commanders and our trash team had them on the ropes.
Do you want a hot take?
The ropes.
Do you want a hot take? I think the Commanders are going to beat the Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice.
Wait,
but,
no, wait. The Texans didn't exactly shit the bed. I mean, nobody was
No,
expecting them to win.
no,
Okay,
no.
And I think with the Commanders,
fair.
they're not expecting the Commanders to be anything. And what happens is the Eagles are stacked. Okay, in a realistic world, because we talked about this last week,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a trapper team. It's gonna be a team you never even saw.
Yeah.
Who thought the Jets would beat Buffalo? Okay.
Well, look, I would say this: if the Jets didn't have those injuries, like what was it, 2 weeks ago, with their running back Brees Hall going down, I think it was another one of their younger players. If they wouldn't have had those injuries, I would have given them a chance. You know what I mean? I would have given them a puncher's chance. Now, whether I think they would have actually, fulfilled it and won, no. But I would have expected it to be a good game. But yeah, no, they played really well. Look, we got to take the Jets serious. You just have to. They're playing well.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a really good time for
New York
sports.
New York football fans for sure.
But man, that Minnesota Buffalo game, God, I'm gonna say Buffalo.
All right, I'm definitely saying Buffalo. Buffalo by 15 or more.
I say Buffalo by a field goal.
They're going to beat the brakes off of
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk going Kirk is all I'm going to tell you. Kirk, when it comes down to big games and big moments, he crumples like a cheap suit.
Don't you remember when what's his bucket? When he left Dallas, he called Dak the Black Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. What's his name? Amari Cooper. Dak Prescott's the Black Kirk Cousins. That is about as low. That is about as low as we could go.
Yeah, but it's looking like a compliment now, though. That didn't age too well.
It aged like milk. All right, next up, the Lions, the 2-6 Lions, who got a big win last week versus Aaron, versus the quietly competent Chicago Bears. They've been getting hot the last few weeks, offensively.
I think
it's in Chicago, by the way.
I think the Lions are gonna win.
I want the Lions to win, but the Bears have started to put something together offensively a little bit, and now also with Chase Claypool. Remember we talked about Chase Claypool?
Oh, I forgot about Chase Claypool.
Yeah, like they're starting to. He has something. Like Justin Fields has been looking better. I'm
changing my mind on that. I forgot about Chase. I forgot about him.
I was able to negotiate you back.
No, you didn't negotiate. You just reminded me.
Oh, fair enough.
You reminded me. No, I got the Bears on that one.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Bears. I want the Lions, but I'm gonna have to go with the
Bears.
Next up, the Broncos. Let's ride. And
let Russ cook, damn it. Let him cook.
And the Tennessee Titans. The Titans took a tough loss to the Chiefs. They're 5-3 now. It's in Tennessee. Tennessee only -2.5. Who you got?
I think the Titans are going to decapitate Russell Wilson.
You ain't wrong. Yeah.
There isn't a tougher second. Listen, to me, the three top secondaries in the NFL in this order are Philadelphia, are Tennessee, and Dallas.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
I feel so bad for Russell. I mean, let him cook, damn it.
I don't feel bad for him at all. I'm just thankful that my team didn't give up like 3 first-round picks like we were talking about.
I'm just saying that
to bring him to DC, because I would have been in a bad way if he was doing this on the Redskins right now.
He's just not protected.
It's not that. He don't look good. He don't look good. He don't look good.
And he looks a little like timid right now too.
Yeah. Like, trust me, those memes are doing him no favors.
and their head coach. I mean, he was the OC over at Chicago, and when have you heard about Chicago being an offensive
juggernaut? Fair enough.
Look at us laughing at this man's pain.
It's a tough time, but this is the time of year where Derrick Henry turns into Derrick Henry, where he starts going on a run of 800-900 yards in like a stupid amount of time. So
can you imagine seeing him run right at you?
No, okay. I have to say this because I don't think we haven't done enough shows. when I went home, so I was home, this is last month, and I went to the Titans versus the Commanders game. When I tell you, so I sat 8 rows back in the end zone. Derrick Henry looks like an offensive lineman. In real life, like when he stands in the huddle, that man is huge, bro. Like all of us were like, good Jesus Christ. Like he is an absolute monster. So no, I cannot imagine him running 4-4 at me continually and throwing up stiff arms.
The only person that I'd be more afraid to see barreling towards me would be Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah. Coked out? Yeah, for sure. Not
During halftime, half a bottle of Henny in. Didn't even phase him.
Got a call about somebody might be pregnant. Like it's just
somebody.
He's everybody on the Lower East Side.
Somebody.
I hate you so much.
Half a jersey? Nah. Wait, really quick. We also had a very, very strong reaction. You and I went to the Pro Bowl practice.
Oh my God! You gonna talk about dump truck Debo? Debo Samuels with the cakes of the year.
Hold on.
Debo Samuel. I gotta say this before Roe goes. Debo Samuel can squat 1 million. I'm just letting everybody know that. Like it was insane. This man's thighs was like this big.
All I know. Listen to me. I've seen some of the baddest strippers in New Jersey, in New York, in Las Vegas, in Los Angeles, in Houston. I haven't been to Atlanta yet, but I'll let you know how that goes when I do. We should do a strip club tour anyway. So all I know, Josh and I, we went to the Pro Bowl practice. Now we're just, we're watching the players. We see, what's that Rugrats name? Oh, Mahomes. We see him with his hair. We see a bunch of people. All of a sudden, and I think it caught our eye at the same time, we saw Debo Samuel walk onto the field. We did this. I have never seen a bigger, juicier ass in my whole lifedom. It was the biggest. When I tell you, when you've lived in Las Vegas and you've worked in nightlife for a very long time,
you've seen some cheeks. It is what it is.
All I know is each one looked like a pumpkin. Like a big pumpkin, like 2 of them. Like under his uniform. Josh and I just looked at each other. We were astounded. We were like, he can go on a main stage in any strip club. And it was like P-Valley times 1,000,000. All I know is if I had some singles on me, I would have... You would have
lost some money.
I would have lost take all my money right now.
Oh my God! All right, moving on. Next up,
he was like the letter P.
It was rotund. I'm not even gonna lie. It was
Zoftig. It was like what?
Oh my God. He has. I will say he needs special shorts. Like it's not.
I don't think they're shorts. I think what they do is take like parka material, like that's made for tents, and I think they have to fashion it. I've never seen a booty that big in my life, and it was all night. Think of the biggest BBL you've seen, like whether it was done well or not. But think of the largest butt you've seen, and have it be all muscle. That was him.
And put it on a man.
His thighs.
It was,
but they want Saquon thighs. Or Saquon still has bigger thighs.
Yeah, no. That is true. He is Saquad for a reason.
Saquad.
Jags, Chiefs. We don't even have to talk about it. We're just gonna say Chiefs. That's not that hard. Browns, Dolphins. That merits a little bit of discussion.
No, it doesn't. Dolphins.
I mean,
yeah, Dolphins.
You never know. The Browns are 3-5, and they just, I don't know. The Dolphins have those games where they're still not. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have that killer yet.
Well, and think about how the Browns beat the Bengals. They beat the brakes off the Bengals,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
So I mean, it'll be competitive. I think the Dolphins are going to win.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, your game. The Texans, the 1-6-1 Texans. That is an ugly record line. Versus your 6-2, coming off a bye. We're rested. minus 4.5.
New York,
New York football Giants.
Okay, see, I never like to give predictions on my team because I feel like I just.
Well, okay. Well, no. All right. What do you have to? What do you want to see? What do you have to do for it to be a good day? That's the easiest
I want to
way.
see who Daniel Jones is throwing to. You know, when the trade deadline came and went, I do. So what was really interesting, though, speaking of the Giants, is so Odell Beckham Jr., they initially said that he wasn't going to clear health protocol until the beginning of December. It's actually at the end of this week.
Mm-hmm.
And he tweeted the other day that he's never wanted to take a team to the mountaintop more than he's wanted to take the Giants to the mountaintop. Then you have Jerry Jones, this lizard person, that said,
He looked good with a star on his
I love
helmet.
seeing Odell with that star on him. I think it'd be real. I mean, just bye.
Lizard people. I hate you
He's
so
a lizard
much.
person. I want to see who Daniel Jones is throwing to.
Yeah.
That I want to see if David Stills the fifth is still wide receiver 1. I want to.
Fair enough. Okay. So, but no predictions. Understood.
I just don't.
The 3-6 Saints versus the and quietly 3-6 Saints are still very much alive in the
That
NFC
division,
South division.
absolutely.
Like, they get a win, and it's like
I think they all have the same
we're
record.
right back in it. we're right back in it, baby. We're right back in this thing. The 3-6 Saints versus the 2-6, surprisingly, maybe not, Steelers in Pittsburgh. Who do you got in that one?
Saints.
Got the Saints.
I got the Saints.
Again,
The Steelers are doo-doo. They are doo-doo.
not just bad. They're
Doo-doo.
They're wow. They're feces. They're fecal matter. I still think in the end, Tomlin. Dang, I don't know. Because man,
They're not
just,
even good and terrible. They're just terrible.
They just burned their first round pick on Kenny Pickett. You can't really go back and draft another quarterback so fast. I hope they win. I'm pulling for them.
The Saints are still scrappy.
Oh no, listen, the Saints are a dangerous team.
Yeah.
They've got Honey Badger.
Yeah.
Honey Badger's not hurt,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Yeah, like it just comes down to, and Andy Dalton has been playing fairly well. He hasn't been playing trash. He's all right. But G in the
man.
I was about to say G in the back.
I appreciate all the love, guys, but God damn, the Saints suck this year, man. Said Andy Dalton's good. I mean, he could. We had 150 total yards of offense in the fourth quarter against the Ravens, and the Ravens had rushed for 160 at that point. That's when I'm just like, it's tough.
That's hard.
And I've been saying this. I'm fading the Saints this week. The Pittsburgh Steelers getting a point at home. That's a given. I feel like. And I mean, I'm gonna hope the Saints win, but I'm definitely putting my money on the Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I still got the Saints. I think the Steelers are that fucking bad.
The Steelers have to figure out their identity. They got to get Najee Harris going.
Yeah, they do. But
Have to.
can I just say something though with the Saints? It's games like the ones that they just had against the Ravens where they're forced to course correct. Like a lot of teams have that. Like I'm gonna tell you what, Buffalo, the fact that they got shit on by the Jets.
Yeah.
Like there's always,
with all the momentum on their season.
And you know what? And so it's games like that force you to course correct. So I've got the Saints.
Okay. All right. Next up, the Colts, the 3-5-1. Fire our head coach. Bring in Jeff Saturday. That's only coached a high school team. Versus the
but he's really good on ESPN.
He's really good, and he's a football lifer.
I love Jeff Saturday.
I love him too, but at least let him run the courses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not just gonna pull him from the studio. Like, yeah, come on down and coach.
That's basically what they did.
What? Anyway, versus the Raiders.
Like, get Peyton Manning.
But see, I don't think Peyton doesn't want to do that. Because
I know it's not whether he wants to. I'm saying if you're
gonna pull that kind of person, that's fair. Like Steve Young, if we're gonna go get a quarterback that at least our offense might start looking like something.
Or my forever crush Louis Riddick.
As the coach, not
as
the
anything,
GM.
as anything. Anything.
She loves her some
I
Louis
love
Riddick.
Louis Riddick.
Versus the Raiders, who you got? Colts Raiders.
I got my son's flag football team against the Raiders.
All right, then. She's going heavy on Colts. So the line is -5 Raiders. It's in Vegas.
The Raiders lose against themselves. They beat themselves.
Every time.
Every time. They have crazy talent. I'm going to tell you, though,
they cut Jonathan Abram. You saw
did
that?
they? I didn't see that.
Yes, they did. They cut him.
I didn't see that.
They cut him. I was like, should we pick him up? I don't know.
I'm going to tell you what. I think Josh McDaniel, first of all, I would stay away from any coach that's coached under Belichick, okay? The one that's had any type of success is Vrabel, okay?
Vrabel, yeah. Who else?
What did Matt Patricia do when he was with the Lions?
Brian Flores did okay and was railroaded, right?
Yeah, he yes.
Yeah, right. Who else?
How about Matt Patricia?
No, Matt Patricia didn't do nothing but have a pencil in his ear. That was
in
it.
his beard, like Captain Lou Albano. Like it was like.
God. I feel horrible for Lions fans. That was supposed to get them right. That put them in the wilderness.
How is it that some of the greatest football players ever came from Detroit?
I know.
I was so happy that me and you when they beat the Packers.
Oh my gosh. Look, and the refs were trying their best. They were doing everything they could to save the Packers. Yep. And it was like, bro, for real, you gonna call that penalty right now, bro? This game is over. They do that to my team every week. It's like, really? Right now, we're gonna give them some momentum just because.
I heard a sneeze. Offside.
On number 95 on the deep, like, seriously. Anyway, Cowboys, talking about the Packers. Cowboys, Packers in Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers is about to rattle off 11 in a row.
You'll never hear me say this, but go Pack, go!
Hey, you know what? If they can mess around and do that, though, that definitely shifts our entire division.
It'll shift the perception of the Packers because right now everybody's like, fuck, I don't think they're competitive. Like even the fans are like, we're not competitive. If they can, which I don't think they're going to beat the Cowboys. If the Packers do beat Dallas with that secondary,
look out.
Look. Aaron Rodgers ain't doing dick against the secondary though.
Well, yeah, not with those receivers.
He's like, it's just, you know what I love though? You guys, man, I wish I could share you the memes that go back and forth between Josh and I.
Oh.
So I have a theory that Aaron Rodgers is doing all this to get, they're not giving him receivers. They want him to force to request a trade because this is what would happen to get Aaron Rodgers. I'd say he has 1 to 2 good years. I think he'd be worth 2 first-round picks, and I think he'd be worth several second to fourth-round picks. And then you only need to give him his guaranteed. You don't have to give him his entire contract. So now you essentially can build a whole new team by having him leave, okay? So I told him that Matt LaFleur is doing the Birdman hand rub, like with the Hawks in the background with the explosion, like, yeah, we're
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a tough time to be a Packer fan. I actually got my hair cut today, so I saw Doughboy and he said hi, and I was giving him the business about his Packers.
What was his thoughts?
He had to just sit back and say that we were right. Because remember, he was like going in, like, oh, you guys are crazy. And like, we both were like, Packers going to be trash this year, bro.
He said Daniel Jones is going to win more than 2 or 3 games.
That's crazy. Wow. Anyway, moving on. We only got 3 games left. Cardinals, Rams, 3-6 versus 3-5. Who you got? It's in LA.
I got Rams.
I think the Rams they better win or
I think they're gonna eke it out.
Their season is over.
So were they a fluke?
What? You can't be a fluke and
right.
win a Super Bowl.
That's right.
But it could be a fluky year. So you ain't wrong either.
Is it right?
But one of their seasons is over. Whoever loses that game, their season is more than likely.
I think the Rams are going to win.
Chargers versus the Niners in San Francisco.
Oh, Niners all day, every day with Derry Sanders.
Niners are a 7-point favorite That's a lot of points.
All I do is look at my screen so I can look at Christian McCaffrey and Jimmy G.
Oh my God, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for you. That's a lot. That's a 2-penny show. All right, that's about as risque as I can give you. Ro knows how crazy I can be, but that's about as far as I can go.
I love I've designated Christian McCaffrey Barry Sanders, like Barry Sanders for all you youngins.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna. Some people wouldn't
I know
get it.
he's white. He's the white Barry Sanders.
Oh, and his dad Ed McCaffrey's hot too.
Ro wants MC before her last name.
No, I don't. I want Riddick as my last name.
Okay, fair enough. And finally, Monday Night Football. Taylor Heineke looking to add a green pair of Jordans to his another green pair of Jordans to his expanding wardrobe versus the Eagles. Who you got? Eagles are undefeated in Philly.
Oh God, those fans, man. I'm gonna say this is the fluke.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it. God, I know I'm gonna get shit on so bad for this, but you know what? I know, but I think the Commanders are gonna win in a weird. There's gonna be some odd thing that happens. I think the Commanders are gonna eke it out. If the Texans score, they got 3 touchdowns against that Eagles secondary, and I think Commander Wentz.
No, it's still Taylor Heineke.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. Wentz isn't back yet.
I just like saying Commander Wentz. Commander Heineke. You know what? I think they're not. They're not. The Eagles aren't anticipating any type of competition, and
Yeah.
they're not. I think the Commanders are going to be like, listen, we ain't going to do shit, but we're going to be remembered by this. Well,
look, I'll say this. I think we'll cover. The line right now is -11. I think we'll cover. That's a lot of points. It's really just going to come down to slowing down their receivers. If we can slow down their receivers and make Jalen Hurts uncomfortable enough, get off the field on third down. That's always our biggest thing. If we can get off the field on third down and score when we have opportunities, I think we have a shot, but, I like us to cover. That's about as much as I can say.
Well, let me tell you what the Eagles' secret has been in the offense. It's the pocket that Jalen Hurts has been given. Now, if the Commanders' defense, which isn't bad, number one, can disrupt that pocket, I think that it's not going to be the runaway. Listen, I might be eating shit this time next week, but I don't think it's going to be the runaway game that everybody thinks it's going to be if they can disrupt that pocket and they can get Jalen out of it.
Yeah. Well, everybody, this is another episode of The American Fan. I'm going to let Ro take us home. Go ahead, Ro. Close us out.
What do you want to know about?
Girl, just say bye.
I have so much to talk about now. You guys, thank you for tuning in and watching us and supporting us. And we'd love you even more if you can follow us at The American Fan 365 and also follow our amazing friends at Sticky Paws Studio. They've been tremendous to work with. And let us know what you'd want to hear us talk about more. What sport would you like us to deep dive into? What do you want us to rant more about? We're here for you because we're all about the fans and we love yous.
We love yous. Take care. All right. And then